What's up guys, Hades here. We need to talk about Radiant Genesis. There's a lot of big things that have happened and changed in this event as they keep changing and tweaking things a little bit here and there. Some are good, some are bad. We'll talk about them. We also need to talk about the skin and the new shop. So let's get into it. Now, Koi Pack is the same. This is one of the best values you can possibly get. For 25 bucks, you get 850 grails, which is an insane deal. You also have the chance to get this 4,000. I love this. I'm glad they haven't changed it. I highly recommend doing it if you are a spender. Now, the Sun Chariot. We need to talk about this skin because it's very good. Debatably the best skin in the game. A lot of the whales have already maxed this. And the reason is all three stats are very good. You get 15% march speed, very good. Magical defense, 15%, and physical defense, 15%. That is a lot. Like, that really is a lot. This is, I would say, the best skin in the game as of right now. The only thing that's close is Sky River Palace and Abyssal Temple, in my opinion. I like Troop Attack. I actually like Troop Attack a little more than defense. However, the march speed at 15% is so important. If you're hitting the same person over and over and over for hours and hours and hours, or you're trying to hit at the same time and you're faster, you get an extra hit. Whereas Abyssal Temple, you get death rate, so you're only losing a little less troops, which doesn't make as big of an impact. Same thing here. You don't get the move speed, you get the death rate. And the whales don't care about their troops. They don't care about that at all. They want to be hit first and hit fast. And this is the skin that does that. If you have the same march as someone and you have more defenses, you usually win. So if you don't have this skin, I do recommend getting it. And if you already have the skin, this event is going to let you level it up to the second level, just like myself. And then you can consider starting to add some levels onto it through the new events. And I'll be making a whole video about that later. Now, Glorious hasn't changed much at all. Sorry I'm a bit late on the recommendations here as I was on vacation, but I am back. Pinnacle Trial, pretty much the same. Trial ranking is fun for a lot of people, but not for, I would say fun for a few, not really useful for a lot of people. It's very hard to get any value. This is mostly a whale portion of the event. Now, Dazzling Wish, they changed this. And at first I was like, it feels worse. And the reason it feels worse, I'll just click a 5. Usually you end up getting gold and only gold. I would say a lot of the time you get gold and only gold because the percentages are so high, right? You have huge chance to only get gold. So you'll end up going 5 tickets, 5 tickets, 5 tickets, 5 tickets, and all you got was some gold, which is basically useless. And then you get a 25, and then you get a 50, and you're like, oh, cool. But the more I thought about it, and the more I did it, I think this event, the balance is a little bit better. Because in the other event, you had to do 2,000 draws to guarantee the 1,000 prize. Now you only have to do 250. I've done a few here. But you only need 250 to get the 200, which is actually way better. I've already gotten the 200 once, and I'll probably get it again by the end of the event. So it's pretty solid all in all, and I don't have a ton to complain about it. I was a little frustrated with it at the start, but it's actually quite good. Now here's the most important part of the video. Two things, the challenge shop and the Grail Shop. Challenge shop, super important. They changed Stardust to daily limit 1. Token of Light, this changed a few events ago, and I already recommended you guys buy this every single day. This is super good value. However, you should also be buying the Stardust every single day. Insane value. Stardust is some of the hardest material to get in the game, and it is one of the most important materials to get in the game. Highly recommend just doing these, and then if you have a remainder at the end of the event, then deciding the other ones. I don't think you'll have enough left over to go for the artifacts. Now, if you're on the newer side and you don't have max artifacts, this does become higher value. However, these two are definitely better in general, and I'll explain why. The Grails have become even more powerful. There's a few things we need to talk about. The first one you'll notice is this box is gone. It is a special box. It only has Athena, Wukong, Loki, and Poseidon. If you are building any of these heroes, you probably need to alter your plans and buy this. It is 250 grails to buy this daily. You can get 1 per day, and there's 10 days, which means you can get 800 for just getting to 250 grails, which is really not that difficult. This is by far the cheapest way you can ever build a Chaos Immortal to have existed in the game, so up to date. This is the cheapest way. This box right here. I was planning on building some Medusa. I already have her 5-star. I was building her slowly. I completely abandoned my plans to go for this box because of the value. I already have Poseidon and I needed to work on my Athena anyways, so this box for me has value. Now, of course, if you're trying to build Fufei or Anubis or Ninetales or whatever, if you need any of these skills, this is decent, but I would prefer getting this in another way. I don't think this is the right place to get it. Artifacts, these are for big spenders, and that's not really my viewership. The Stellar Cores, some people are Castle 60, actually quite a few people are Castle 60 at the making of this video, and that's because they either have a timer and they always get their forge no matter what, or they've bought some of these. Now, I'm not a fan of these. These to me are free. I'll have, in a few weeks or a month, I'll have everything maxed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I've talked about the attack ones before. I don't think they're worth the price because, again, this is free. Work on your elemental domain. I've made a bunch of videos about it. They're free. Do those first. Now, if you're looking for and hunting for the best artifacts in your Mega Whale, then yeah, of course you can buy these, re-roll it, 100 times, whatever, and it's probably gonna be worth it. I don't recommend Shadow from this shop. Not quite the best value. However, they did nerf the other events, so maybe it's decent value. I'll talk about this one more in an upcoming video. Not a fan of the Dragon Souls or these. Definitely not these. Not for Grails. This is free through other random events. Same thing with Shadow. We get those through a lot of other events. The only other things of note here would be this box. There's a few ways to get this one, but they keep changing, and a lot of these heroes are important, but of course don't get them unless you are. Most people have YSS. He is one of the best tanks in the game, so that could be valuable for you. For newer players, I'd actually think this one is very good. For 80, you get to unlock Con, Baldwin, Charles, which are really hard to get in the early game to start, but then they're pretty easy because you can just get them through gems in the shop. The rest are not really worth it. Don't spend your remaining at the end of an event because they carry over. Okay, this is their new system. Grails are going to be here for a while. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack. Make sure you're optimizing this event the best you can because this is how we grow to become strong. If you like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.